Hi and welcome. I'm Amy Zielinski of Divine Union, here with Ageless Conception. And today our work is on clearing our paths. There is so much growth and fertility involved in becoming a parent, no matter how that happens. And growth and fertility require space. In all realms. We need physical space, we need emotional space, we need mental space, we need space. And what most of us find is that our lives are pretty full of stuff. Some of it's beautiful stuff that we want to gather with us and treasure, and some of it is a little bit of baggage and we want to get rid of it. If we don't take the time to make some space and to clear our way as we make this path of becoming parents, we can find ourselves overwhelmed. We can find a whole lot of things coming up throughout the course of our conception, pregnancy, welcoming baby, and parenthood. So now that you're consciously on this path is a beautiful time to start work with clearing your path. And in order for us to understand just how important that is, let's do a little visualization. All right? So closing your eyes and taking some breaths into your womb space. So low, low, low abdomen. Imagining that you're sending rich, oxygenated blood into your womb space with every breath. Beautiful. And I want you to picture a garden. Maybe it's a vegetable garden, maybe it's a flower garden, maybe it's your real garden outside your home. It might be an imaginary one. I want you to just picture a garden and picture it in the spring. Everything is blooming and blossoming. Good, and now I want you to fast forward. It's fall and we're planting in this garden, but nothing has died and we haven't dug anything up. So just add more blooms and blossoms, add seeds underneath the ground. Fast forward again and watch as more plants grow. Let's go forward a couple more seasons. We have continued to plant, to add seeds or bulbs into this garden, but nothing has been taken away. We have not pulled anything out. Nothing has died and become compost. And allow your mind to go fast forward through years of continuing to add more to the garden. And start to notice what happens. Eventually there's not enough soil, there's not enough space for any of these plants to thrive. Because it's too much. Notice what's happened to the garden. Good, and erase that scene from your mind. Go back to the garden as you like it, however you like it. Take 3 more breaths into your womb space with this beautiful garden in mind. Good, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes. I love this visualization because it helps me remember that in life we cannot just keep adding and adding and adding without clearing out what no longer is necessary. When we're working toward becoming parents or becoming parents for the 7th time, we must make space. We talked in preparing our temple about making space in our bodies, in our homes, and in our community, how to best make our temple ready. So preparing our temple, we're really working with our physical world, right? And in transforming our thoughts, we were working with our mental body. It's another area we really need to make space as we go into this big transition. We have different realms. Each of us has at least 4 different realms. I believe we have 5. So we have a physical body. In preparing ourselves to become parents, we work on the physical plane, both with our body and with our home. We have a mental body, where all of those thoughts are running around. We also have an emotional body. We have an energetic body, and we have a spiritual body. So the first 2 of those, your physical temple, your form, and your mind, we've worked with on our other videos. What we haven't discussed yet is some of the most important clearing work, and that's emotional, energetic, spiritual, and all of that shadow stuff that we talked about. We might have a lot of things in our shadow world that we want to work with too. So clearing my path, we're going to start to open to things we may be storing that we don't want to keep with us as we go into this next phase of our lives. What's really, really important is to realize that everything that's happened to each of us, the beautiful experiences and the traumatic ones, every single thing, as we release it, can become compost for that beautiful garden. So what I want to invite you to do as we go into this work, because some of it's a little tricky, it can be a little daunting, to remind yourself to release with gratitude. Rather than say, oh, I just want to get rid of this aspect of my being. I want to get rid of this belief. I want to get rid of this relationship. But to realize that all of that was at some time real and important in your life, no matter how uncomfortable it was. And it led you to this moment, and it's going to lead you to your moment as a parent, your lifetime as a parent. So all of it is wonderful compost for the fertility of you, your life. So try to bring up the gratitude again and again, especially when things get tricky. This is very intense work for some of us, and it's a lifelong process of clearing out the parts of our being and keeping ourselves updated, keeping your emotional body current, keeping your energy body current, continuing to look at your shadows. This is lifelong work. So I'm going to invite you to go slowly, to be patient and gentle with yourself, and to get support. This is work that is best done with someone else. So maybe you have a therapist or a coach. This is my line of work. A minister, any kind of spiritual guide can help you, a religious leader. You might have a very dear, beloved, or friend who you feel like can support you. I want to encourage you to get support as you walk into this part, clearing your path, to be gentle and loving with yourself and find someone else who can be gentle and loving with you. There are so many different things we could work with on clearing my path. I'm just going to address 3 areas where a lot of women start to find debris that they no longer want to carry forward as they become parents. These are just 3 main areas. And you'll know as I say them if you have stuff there you want to look at. And your being will also present you with your parts of your path that you need to clean. The 3 areas that I've seen the most in the people I support as they're working to become parents or parents again is 1, to work with old aspects of our sexuality. So there might be memories of events that we're storing. These might be something as very complex and traumatic as sexual abuse from childhood. I know some of us have worked through that. I certainly have. They might be issues you had in adolescence when your body started developing. They might just be you need to update yourself around your last partner. Each of us carries with us for a while baggage around our sexuality. And what's wonderful is that the area of our bodies that we often carry this is in our womb space, and that's where we want to work on fertility, whether we are going to conceive a baby or whether we are adopting a baby. Either way, this is the area of our body where all of creativity and fertility is housed. So we want to go in there and examine what's going on. What do I have? Do I have old memories that I need to sort of wash away? Do I have beliefs or agreements? Do I have fear? And we're going to do a process at the very end in just a moment to help you get into that. So one area is past sexuality. What's your sexuality? What's up? What do you need to update around your sexuality, your relationship to your sexuality? Really important in this phase of your life and in all phases of our lives. Another area that most of us need to clear out a little bit as we become parents or start to think about becoming parents, another area is in our family relationships. Maybe you were raised a certain way and you want to update some of the ways that parent-child interactions go in your family. So it's a really great time to look at your interpersonal relationships with your family, with your friends, with your beloveds, and see if there needs to be any updating as you walk into this path of parenthood. And then on a global level, there usually arises a lot of opportunity to clear our path in terms of global situations, worries and concerns we might have about what's going on around us and what kind of world that we're raising our children in. This was very, very pressing for me with both of my pregnancies. There were major events, world events, with lots of violence that happened during the course of both of my pregnancies. And they gave me opportunities to really look at how I interacted with global situations. Did I get concerned about bringing my kids into this world? How did I feel about this world? How did I interact with this world? It was a chance to clear my path in terms of my planet and all of the 7 billion people I share it with. So these are just general areas. You will have lots and lots of your own personal ones, and that's again why I invite you to get support. And if you're interested in contacting me, either for a referral for your specific needs, or if you want to work with me, that is always welcome to just contact me through Divine Union. We're going to just do one area, and this is just a brief thing to open the door for this part of your path. We're going to go back into our womb space, like I mentioned. We're going to go into the wisdom of your highest being, the deepest part of your knowing, to ask where to go from here in clearing just one part of your path. This is your sexuality, just one part as you walk toward becoming a parent. So ready? You might want to grab a journal and a pen to jot down any information that comes in. And as always, we call these a visualization, and I wish we didn't have to think of another word for them because that implies that we all see things. You might not see anything in a visualization. You might hear things or feel things in your body. You might have emotions or memories. All of it is welcome. It's all information. So grab your pen and your paper, and when you're ready, we'll begin. Good, closing your eyes, and again, breathing down into womb space. And it helps me to put my hands way down low to remember that that's where my breath is going. That's where my awareness and my attention are focused. Good, again, breathing, and as you take in oxygen, imagining that you're creating more space and light in this area of your body. More space and light so that we can explore This is the area of our body where our life force is. All our creativity, all our fertility, no matter what way that manifests, is housed here. So imagining that with this light that you're breathing in with each breath, we can start to just explore and ask your womb space to show you or tell you anything that needs to be cleared. As you walk on this path of ageless conception, what needs to be cleared or released or updated in terms of your sexuality, in terms of your fertility? Continue to open, and if your mind becomes active and there are thoughts and judgment, it's okay. Continue to send your breath and that light down into your womb space. Continue to ask the question, what needs to be cleared or updated on this part of my path? Remain here taking in information as long as you like. Just pause the recording. Take in all the information and jot it down. Don't try to process it or analyze it. Just jot it down for later. When you're ready, you can begin the recording again. And after you've taken in this information, know that you can come back again and again to update. You can always ask what needs to be cleared, what needs to be addressed. Now releasing that question, go back to just focusing on breathing deeply into your womb space, and with each breath taking in more oxygen and more light. We wash this entire area of our body with oxygen and light. Good. 3 more breaths like this. Beautiful. You can open your eyes. I'm so excited for you and for each of us, because every time one person commits to clearing out something that no longer serves her, it benefits everyone, her immediate life, but it also benefits all of us. So thank you for this wonderful work you're doing by making yourself more open. May each of us continue to release with gratitude and love the things that no longer serve us, so that we have more space, more capacity to hold the beauty and the love and the light that are continually being showered upon us. Namaste.